I just witnessed a very weird once-in-a-lifetime moment. Wait, Mike and Melissa have a life outside of work? I thought they were stored under the sink after their shifts are over. Something similar simulation happened to me yesterday. My husband ran into my ex, who we are both friendly with but hadn't seen or thought about in 15 years or so, 3 days ago. He mentioned it to me and yesterday I went on a walk and who do I run into, but said ex. It was so strange. To make things weirder, the only reason the timing worked for us to run into each other was because my husband called me on my walk and asked me to come home for something. I haven't dated in a long time and I'm getting used to it. Everyone keeps bugging me about it. It has been 5 years since I've dated. After the end of my last relationship, where I realized I was a victim of abuse, I shut myself off from dating for a long time. I took that time to evolve as a person and to find comfort again in pursuing a relationship. Only recently have I found the headspace to pursue dating again, and while there's ups and downs, things are getting better. So basically, you are definitely not alone with regards to being out of the dating field for an extended period of time. Whatever your reasoning is, it doesn't matter what other people say or do. You know what's best for you. You can move at the pace you want to and pursue what you want when you want. It's your life. Who cares what people bugging you about it say? This random stranger on the internet wishes you the best. Live your life the way you want to. Pay no mind to anyone bugging you about that stuff. I've spent the past 3 years taking really good care of myself and healing from my previous relationship, which was 9 years long and abusive, mostly psychologically/emotionally but also physically. Right now it's the happiest I've been since before that relationship and I have my own home studio where I help people make music. I still go out and socialize and meet people, and I have even briefly talked to a few people, but overall it's just me and I've been very happy with that. It would require an exceptional person to ever give up my freedom again or to allow my heart to open, and I'm not too concerned whether that ever happens or not. The main difference from your post is that no one bugs me about being single, but I gather that you're a woman whereas I'm a man, which I think accounts for the difference. Been single for about 7 years and any prior relationships I had were sweet, but never really serious. I do still want to find someone, but good God do I hate the dating apps. My sister got married and announced she will not be having kids. I don't really want them either. On the one hand, my parents have been pretty good about not pressuring me to have children, saying not to have them if you aren't absolutely sure you want and can support them. And on the other, whenever they talk about me to their friends, they unfailingly throw in, "Yep, he's our last hope, so he should be cranking them out any day now." Look, I was gonna wash the dishes, but now that you have instructed me to, I think I'm gonna get some Uber Eats and watch Columbo reruns and browse memes in my pajamas. Partly because I want to, and also slightly out of spite. Ignore your family. Being in a relationship is overrated these days. Too many people being set up by their own significant other by a hired hitman to kill them for money and all types of shit going on when you watch the news. You date on your time, not because your family said so. If it feels weird for you or exhausting like you said, I would suggest you date the way I do, and what I basically do is be friends first, then if there's a spark there I'll indulge. Just kind of go with the flow and see what happens. Whenever someone asks me out I always say to them, hey, let's try hanging out a few times first, and it goes on for weeks, even months until I feel something. Try that. Screw your family. Can't relate. For me, being alone drains every bit of energy. I can't care for myself if nobody is there to see me. I'm the best version of myself for others, because they give a reason to take care of myself, and make me do my best to be the best for them. I seek external validation and I'm emotionally dependent, because I only know how to put myself down and ruin my self-worth, if I have any. I've only dated once, since 16 to 24, good guy, but cheated on me with prostitutes. For years, I've been single for 3 years since I found out. I'm at my lowest in self-care since I see no point on fixing myself, since anyway I don't have anyone to appreciate the effort, and people tend to dislike me anyway. I'm 25 and haven't dated since I was 18. I consider myself pretty conventionally attractive, and people have expressed interest in me before. But if it's a woman, I tell them I'm gay. I'm not fully gay. I'm kind of into masculine women and older women. But all the girls who fall in love with me are cute young girls. I don't want to be responsible for a girl, same with guys. If I'm going to date a guy, I want him to be bigger than me and stronger than me and hopefully smarter than me. All of these femi boys fall head over heels for me, but I'm just not into it. I like femi boys but I want to be them, I don't want to date them. Add to all of this I have some bizarre fetishes that dominate my sexuality, and anyone who dates me has to know about them because hiding them is too exhausting. I've been dating off and on for about 3 years and I can honestly say being single is leagues better than being with someone because we feel like we should. If you're happy being independent, go for it and ignore those who judge you. Like you, I'd like to have someone who wants to take on the world as a team, but I've come to appreciate my life and myself as I currently am. If it happens, great. If not, at least I won't have to worry about the drama that goes with bad relationships. I have good friends, I love my hobbies, and for the first time in my life, I truly like who I am. Thanks for sharing, stay safe, and have a good one. Probably because your friends and family know the depth of loneliness that comes from being single once you get in your late 20s and beyond. All your friends start families and get married, and then it's impossible to set a hangout date because they always cancel from being tired so much. They're bugging you because they care, and they don't want you to have to go through the taxing experience that is being alive, by yourself. Update, I finally understand how people make friends, and talk with others. I quit my office job to do delivery driving. Hey there, I also just relatively recently quit my full-time office job. I landed another one, but only 4 days a week this time. I completely get the feeling about being chained. It's infuriating and awful. I hope you find something that better works for you. I figure any job is gonna have its pros and cons, and I could definitely see why you'd leave an office job. I like online freelancing because I can do it without having to commute to an office or, usually, deal with coworkers very much. I've also thought it would be fun to do delivery driving for a while, if not necessarily forever. I absolutely resonate with this. I worked chained to a desk and had phone metrics monitored for years and years. It was extremely depressing and made me hate going to work. I since left that environment ages ago and still remember on my shittiest days in what I do now, renovations, that I could still be at that old shit show of a job previously. Glad you were able to find something in your wheelhouse. Enjoy. Cool. I have a sneaking suspicion that solo gigs are gonna be the thing. We've become a tad antisocial. I also left for the same reason, but I have no job now. Lamau. What are some genetic superpowers you got, would have liked to have? Earning almost everybody's trust. It's something from my mom's side of the family. Me, my mom, grandma, aunt and cousin, do have some kind of talent for being liked by almost everyone we know, or knew, personally. And we know how to use it for our benefit. I'm not saying that we are good at extorting people, but being sympathetic can come in handy sometimes. I somehow never get sick. I'm in my 30s now, and I literally can't remember the last time I was actually sick. Typical cold or flu seasons don't seem to affect me, and while I may have a day or two here and there with a headache or cramps, I just never get sick. A couple of years ago, I even went to the doctor specifically to make sure there is nothing hidden going on, but nope. I don't even lead a particularly healthy life or anything. I figure I must have eaten a lot of grass or dirt as a child. I'm not really sure if this is a genetic superpower or not, but my mother is really good at mental math, and that extends to me too. I can also make baking recipes in my head, and they turn out well. Generally you'd reference a recipe first and make alterations, but I just come up with stuff on the fly, and it works. I think that's an extension of mental math, like ratios. It just works for me. I also tolerate caffeine really well, because of a gene from my father's side that processes it more effectively I think. I don't really get caffeine crashes or jitters, or any withdrawals. I have almost no sense of smell. Not COVID related, I've been this way as long as I can remember. It's apparently a trait associated with psychopathy, but for my job as a surgeon, it's basically a superpower. Nasty butt abscess? Gangrene? Melena? C. diff and Pseudomonas? These are all legendarily horrific smells and I am immune. I am great at extracting knowledge and understanding from text. It makes me very fast at learning theoretical things. What does that cost? I am rather slow at learning practical skills and somewhat clumsy overall. I am also a very uncritical eater, and I love it, always trying out the dish that I don't know is the best. My other superpower is that I build muscles rather easily. I hardly do any sports and still look fit. Oh, and I can sleep anywhere, even when it is bright/noisy. Wow, I guess, I am blessed. Never noticed. I actually have the genetic superpower of staying eternally skinny and slim. I also find the taste of alcohol repulsive. Heard that this is also a genetic superpower, but I'm not sure about that. Speed reading. I'm always skipping back to reread. I can speed read news and boring work documents, but not anything I care about. Polydactyly, meaning I am that villain from The Princess Bride. The fun part is that it is an insta-paternity test, as all males in my paternal family line get it too. I would say mimicking, and I think I'm a pretty quick learner, and I can control my muscles. Pretty sweet, eh? I have tetrachromacy, which means I can see more colors than most humans. I'm very good at amusing myself. I rarely get bored because I'll always find something to do. I rarely get sick and I don't know why. Would anyone like to chat together about anything? Hey, I was always too shy to write such a post, but I'm also looking forward to make new friends. My name is Lisa, I'm same age as you. So, what kind of movies do you like to watch? Hi Kevin / greater than a little bit about myself. I like to go to the beach and watch Netflixy. Read this as watching Netflix on the beach. I typed out a whole reply asking if that was comfortable before I realized my mistake. Sup Kev. I'm 27. I'm quite unlike you in the sense that I neither like the beach, I don't like sand, it's coarse, rough, irritating, and gets everywhere, and don't really watch Netflix. But what I do love is hearing people talk about the things they like. And while over the internet I can't see the fervent earnestness in your voice or the sparkle in your eyes as you wax lyrical about the soothing sounds of waves crashing on the beach or the wind whipping at your hair as you witness the soft undulations of the ocean, I would still like to know, what do you like about the beach? Hi Kevin. I also love Netflix and the beach. Hi, I'm 23, I also like the beach and Netflix. What are you currently watching? My main passion is books, I absolutely love reading. You live by the beach? Sounds awesome.